The American Legion is reflecting on its legislative efforts from the last session and looking ahead at what comes next. Shannon Sladden sat down with Kristy Janigo, who is the legislative chair for the American Legion, to learn more.
I'm kind of an unlikely supporter of charitable gambling, but in early 2023, I became the American Legion's legislative chair. And at that time, one of the hot topics was charitable gambling, specifically the issue of e-tabs, where it was being discussed whether or not the open all features, the free plays and bonus games should remain. The narrative kind of was that these features made our e-tabs look too much like slot machines, which competed directly with the larger gambling operations in this state. So eventually that did pass, and those features are set to be taken off the market at the beginning of 2025. So this past legislative cycle was all about how can we look at ways to defray any revenue losses we might be having to keep our businesses moving forward and supporting our 4 missions in the American Legion to support veterans, children and youth, national defense, and our Americanism components.
So really that's one of the reasons why the average person in Maple Grove or Osseo or Brooklyn Park would really care about this, because the Legion does they have so many programs in our community, and it's helping keeping those going.
Yep, so we donate to food shelves, local veterans experiencing homelessness, the homeless programs within the Osseo School District, children in that program, and we're not the only ones.
Sure.
So the Lions, the JCs, the Fire Relief Association all do this to be able to fund their missions as well, which we have a lot of the same recipients.
Sure. So tell me briefly how the legislative work and that journey went last session, and how you guys are positioning for this next session.
Yeah, so I think we started off really great. We had some very early meetings with Representative Zach Stevenson. We even had the Minnesota Indian Gaming Association in the room, who actually really supported our tax cuts that were part of the sports betting bill this year. We worked very closely with Allied Charities in Minnesota, their lobbyist and CEO. So we had kind of the right partnerships and the right people in the room to strike a deal. It was a little bit slow moving at first throughout the session, but near the end we really picked up some momentum, got some great support. I testified in several committee hearings, and the bill was slated to have a hearing on the House floor the Friday before the close of session, but we all kind of know how the close of session became a little bit chaotic as they were trying to pass all the final issues. And the bill just didn't quite make it across the finish line this time.
And just for clarity's sake, what would have the bill done?
The bill would have legalized sports betting in the state of Minnesota. So right now, a lot of sports betting, it does happen realistically. Usually it's done through offshore websites and accounts. And so it is illegal. So there's no mechanism to help folks experiencing maybe gambling addictions.
All right. Are you guys going to make another push for it this time around?
We'll definitely try again. And just to clarify, the Legion doesn't have a specific vested interest in sports betting itself, but we highly support the tax cuts that were included within the bill. So this is a fully funded tax cut. The state revenues generated from legal sports betting would be able to fully fund this tax cut of around $40 million a year back to Minnesota charitable gambling operations.
All right, might be a little bit complicated for folks watching. Is there a place that they can go to learn more information on this?
Yep, they can visit the American Legion website, mnlegion.org, and there is a legislative tab there that has our state platform for the Legion, and then also the Commander's Task Force platform for those who are interested in learning more.
Lots of information we'll be following to see how it goes. Kristy Janigo, thank you very much for being here. I know we know you through the Maple Grove Osseo American Legion, but your title is American Legion Department of Minnesota Legislative Chair. A lot of work there.
That's right.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Find more local news stories at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.